Hi Erate, this is a quick video to show you how to draw your keychain. So when you go File, New in Illustrator, you should have a preset here for a 60 by 45 page. If you don't, you can enter it here. So make sure it's centimeters, 60 by 45, color mode needs to be RGB, and raster effect needs to be high, and click Create. So this is your artboard that's the same size as the laser, and you need to use your rectangle tool. So if it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th tool down, click and hold the triangle in the bottom right hand corner and you'll see the other drawing tools you've got here. So rectangle, just click anywhere on the page and type in the width of 7 centimeters and a height of 3 centimeters. Enter. Okay. Now in your properties toolbar, you've got a lot of tools here, so you can scroll to find the appearance, and we want the fill to be nothing and the stroke to be red. So if it opens up like this, you can click red, check the palette because it needs to be red 255 and green and blue need to be turned off. They need to be 0. Okay, or the laser won't see the line. The stroke of that line needs to be 0.001 wide. Enter. And I'm just going to zoom in here, so that's a 2-finger pinch in for me. If yours isn't, there's a zoom option down here which you can click and select the zoom. Okay, you also have zooms here, so scroll bars to move your screen left and right and up and down. Now click on your select tool, the top one, and then you can drag these dots to put a radius that's equal on each corner, and how far you go in is up to you. Okay, done. And we're going to go now and draw a circle. So same drawing tool here, click and hold to open up Ellipse. And we're going to make this circle 2 by 2. Enter. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this in case you're on an iPad. So the first one for the desktop is Object, Path, Offset Path, and offset amount is minus 0.5. Minus means make it go inwards. So you get a preview there, it's gone inwards. If you forget the minus, it's going to go outside that shape. Make it bigger. Okay, so minus 0.5, click OK. And I'm just going to group those 2 things. So clicking on one with the select tool, hold shift on your keyboard, and in properties, the tools down the bottom now will have quick actions and group. Done. And I can click and move that now. And you'll see those pink lines pop up, and it'll tell you when you've aligned somewhere. So I've aligned right through the center of both shapes, and I'm just going to put it about there. So my straight line from my rectangle's running down in between both circles. Doesn't matter exactly where, but just about there. Okay, so that was one way. So I'm just going to move that off now, and I'm going to show you how to do it if you're on an iPad. So same tool, circle, still 2 by 2, okay, but offset's not quite possible, or at least it's difficult. So I'm just going to draw another circle, but this time just make it 1 by 1. Enter. Now I can select both, and to do that on an iPad, you use the select tool and draw a rectangle around them. And you should have some align tools, and on the iPad you've got tools down here. There's one there for properties. You click on that and there's alignment tools in there, so you can go straight through the center. And now they look exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which technique you use. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this into position, dead center, and now I want to join these shapes. So use your select tool, select everything, and we're going to use shape builder. Okay, click and hold, and you'll see my cursor's got a plus sign right next to it, so it wants to add sections together. Hold shift. Sorry, you don't need to hold shift, you just need to draw a line. So I'm clicking and holding and drawing a line. And before you let go, it gives you a preview, so that big grey section is what it's going to look like when you let go of the keyboard. Done. Now if you make a mistake, you can always do Command Z or Edit Undo, and you can go again. Now I'm going to click the second select tool here, direct selection. And I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to say I want to play with this anchor point, and I'm going to drag this dot out to put a radius on it. And as I move out, I can see it says it's a radius of 0.13, so it doesn't matter what it is, so long as you make the other one the same. Click on that one and drag that one out. So mine was 0.13, done. Now I'm just going to have a look at my screen. This circle looks darker than the rest, so I bet there's actually one on top of each other. So what I did there, I just clicked on it and clicked delete. So the top one's gone and now there's only one. So I'm going to group the whole thing now, highlight and click. Looks like it already is one thing. Yep, it is. So now I can put some text in here. So text, click and type. Woods, I might put mine in capitals. And if I highlight it, I can go and pick a font. And you can see it gives you a preview of what it's going to look like right down the middle here. I like that one. Now while it's highlighted, you can change the size. Okay, click your select tool and you can move it now. If you want to get back into that to change it, while you're on your select tool, you double click on it. Okay, and you get a flashing cursor and then you can highlight it and then you can go ahead and make changes again. Okay, now you also need to, while you've got that selected, in your properties toolbar, right down the bottom, you have a create outlines option. So we're going to do that. And that just traces each letter and it's turned them into a shape now. So just in case your font isn't on the laser computer, it'll be able to see it as shapes. So it will work exactly how it is. So that's selected now. We'll check colors. So black means it's going to color it in. If you just want it outlined, we can do no fill and we can tell the stroke to be blue and only blue. So again, to get to these scroll bars, you could have clicked blue and then checked here that it's just blue. Okay, and again, stroke always 0.001. Enter, and then it will just give us that pretty outline. Okay. So now I might just change the size. And I'm going to make sure it's dead in the center. So select tool, hold shift, click that one, and I'm going to make sure it's in the center this way. And then I'm just going to manually shift it across. And I know it's staying in the right alignment because my pink line's still there. If I go off on an angle, it's moved. There we go. Good. Okay, that's done. So there's the option that it's just going to do the lines of my name. If I copy paste that, I can click on my letters. If I just want it colored in, like shaded, I can put the fill back on of black and have no outline. Okay, and that will shade that in and cut out the red. So please make sure you've made your keychain. You need to save it, file, save it as your keychain on your computer. Call it your name. It's an AI file, that should be right. Click save, click OK, and make sure you know where you've saved it. Now in Classroom, you need to have the laser cutting jobs classroom, and there's the code there if you need it. And once you've added that class, go to classwork, and there is a page here for year 8, so you can click on there and you can upload it in here. Okay, my screen will look different to you because I'm the teacher of the course. You'll be able to upload your file there. Okay, and please, when you do that, add a comment to it and say 3mm ply, PLY.